If one animal has haunted us since prehistory, it's the crocodile. A jaw that snaps with over 3,000 psi, stronger than a lion or a great white. Each year, they're linked to 3,600 plus attacks and nearly 1,000 deaths. To most, they're ruthless, cold-blooded killers. Here's the twist. Behind that fear lies a multi-billion-dollar industry. Crocodiles generate $2.54 billion for the global economy and support tens of thousands of jobs. Today, follow one journey, from a single egg in a warm incubator, to hatchlings raised with care, to precision tanning and hand stitching, ending as a Hermes bag worth up to $450,000. We'll step inside the hidden system where millions are bred, harvested, and transformed under strict protocols, turning a deadly predator into one of agriculture's most valuable animals. Curious how it really works? Is it sustainable, humane, or the ultimate luxury at nature's expense? Let's find out. After World War II, crocodiles were fair game, labeled pests and hunted across rivers and marshes. In the 1950s and 60s, the skin trade exploded. Populations crashed. In some regions, they nearly disappeared. How did a feared predator almost vanish and then return? The turnaround began with farms, controlled breeding instead of open hunts. Modern methods replaced rough capture, incubators, heated rooms, timed light, routine health checks. The model scaled. Today, more than 30 countries run regulated operations, led by Australia, Thailand, China, South Africa, and the United States, with high-tech farms and dedicated processing facilities. Some sites sprawl to 100,000 square meters, housing tens of thousands of crocodiles at different life stages. And they're still expanding. What fueled the appetite for skins and meat? And what does that scale mean now? We'll explore that next. For one of Earth's most dangerous reptiles, life begins small, a single egg, not so different from a chicken's. Breeding season isn't fixed. It shifts by species and climate, with most laying in warm months or the early to mid-rainy season. In northern Australia, saltwater crocodiles often nest from November to March. The question is simple: what convinces a wary female to lay? The answer starts with design. Breeding females move to engineered ponds that mimic river edges, where farmers shape thick, dry, soft sand along the banks. Add cover and control shade and drainage. The goal is invitation, not force. Once she trusts the site, the female chooses a bank and digs a chamber about 30-50 centimeters deep, tests the sand, then turns, settles, and lays. Staff watch from a distance while cameras record and logbooks note time, weather, and nest position. Zooming out, a female may live around 70 years and stay fertile late in life. Each clutch holds 20-80 eggs, depending on species, age, and care. A mother crocodile looks fierce, yet with her young, she's gentle. At the nest, everything changes. She's on guard. Teams work at night or in the early morning. A quieter window, and aim to finish before she circles back. The tension is simple. Can the eggs be taken without provoking a charge? It's a small crew, not a crowd. One handler shadows the female near the water. Another is the collector with a basket. The sand cap is brushed aside. The collector lifts each egg exactly as found, keeps it upright, then marks the top with a small dot. Time, GPS, and nest notes go into the log. Collection happens within 24 hours to beat predators. And that tiny dot matters. Turn an egg in transit and hatch rates can plunge. The embryo may detach. One quiet window, carefully used, can save an entire clutch. And the next race begins. Temperature, humidity, and time. Who will make it to hatch? After collection, the eggs are lightly wiped with a dry cloth to remove sand and debris. They're placed in trays lined with sawdust or on specialized racks to retain moisture and keep each egg upright and stable with clean airflow. Then they go into automated incubators inside a climate-controlled room. Humidity stays at 90–95%. Temperature holds between 30–33 degrees Celsius. Staff log time, batch and nest GPS coordinates. Doors stay shut, noise stays low. The goal is simple: steady conditions that boost hatch rates and protect each embryo. Any eggs showing signs of mold, collapse, or poor viability are removed. One fascinating fact: in crocodilians, heat, not genes, determines sex. At 30 degrees C or below, hatchlings are almost all female. At 34 degrees C or above, they're mostly male. Hold 30 degrees C through the cycle, and you'll see about 80% females, 20% males. On farms, males often outpace females after the first months, longer and heavier at maturity. So when they can, producers tilt temperatures toward more males. After 75–90 days of incubation, the chorus begins. Hatchlings call and eggshells crack. In the wild, fewer than 25% of eggs hatch. In controlled settings, farms can reach 85–90%, a steady, high-quality supply. What happens next? Each hatchling weighs just under 100 grams. It moves to partitioned nursery tanks, often concrete ponds with recirculating water, temperature control, and shade. Smooth walls prevent skin abrasions. Cleaning is routine to limit bacterial buildup. In the first weeks, nutrition is tightly managed. Finely ground chicken, beef, or fish with added vitamins and minerals for bone, immunity, and, crucially, skin quality. Feeding happens once or twice a day at fixed times. Fixed windows help stabilize circadian rhythm and reduce feed aggression. Crews log weights and health checks. Density is managed. Aggressive feeders are separated. A bite mark or stress scar can slash a premium hide's value by up to 50%. Veterinarians oversee early life using preventive protocols and, where used, vaccinations to address parasites, skin issues, and nutritional gaps.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, awesome. All covered in goo.
Each batch is tagged and traced from egg to grow out. Humane, science-based rearing lifts survival and skin grade and underpins the promise of sustainable luxury. The puzzle now is scale. How do you keep thousands growing evenly, week after week? Unlike cattle, which reach market weight in 18 to 24 months, crocodiles take 2 to 3 years to reach a commercial length of 1.5 to 2 meters. Why the wait? And how do farms grow them larger without ruining the premium hide that drives value? Adults move into partitioned ponds with recirculating water, shade, and smooth walls to prevent abrasions. Feeding slows to 2 or 3 times a week. Portions get smarter, not bigger. High-protein rations built from chicken, chicken necks, and large fish. The goal is twofold: firm meat and a clean, unscarred hide. Crocodiles digest slowly. They don't eat daily, yet they can still become obese or develop gut issues if meals run large. On feeding days, farms cap rations under 10% of body weight and give time to digest. Fewer feeds, better formulas, cleaner water. That's how a long grow-out becomes prime meat and premium skin. After years of patient work, a few numbers finally line up. 1.5 to 2 meters, the commercial mark. This moment starts a tightly coordinated chain that turns a prehistoric reptile into two prized outputs: premium meat and graded skin. What does that first hour actually look like? Animals move in small groups to keep stress low. Crews work quietly. No shouting, no sudden moves. An approved stunning system, usually electrical or a captive bolt device, renders the animal unconscious. Once unconscious, the muzzle and limbs are secured, and the body is lifted into a cradle for a short transfer to the processing bay. The goals are simple: worker safety, minimal struggle, and protected quality. Before slaughter, hundreds can be pre-graded by length and skin score. Some are routed primarily for meat. The finest belly skins enter premium lots bound for high-end leather workshops. One flawless belly can anchor a five-figure bag for luxury houses like Hermes or Louis Vuitton, while the rest becomes protein sold across global markets. Turning a crocodile into premium leather isn't simple. The skinning line is precise, timed, and unforgiving. One bad cut and thousands of dollars vanish. Animals arrive from harvest unconscious. A licensed operator opens the carotid at the neck, while the animal remains under electrical stun or sedation. Bleeding is quick. The body is rinsed and moved forward. In the skinning room, the most skilled crew takes over. Unlike fur case skinning, crocodiles are belly cut to preserve the broad, even ventral scales, the fashion grade. The cut line is marked. A surgical scalpel traces the abdomen. Hands work slow and flat, separating skin from muscle without nicks or stretch. Edges are guarded with fingers and dull lifters. No twisting, no tearing. Trimming, hole checks, and an initial grade happen here. A single crocodile skin typically measures 100 to 150 centimeters. Prices range from about $300 to well over $10,000 per piece, driven by size, color evenness, and freedom from scars. One steady hand can make that difference. One stage sets most of the value. Up to 80% of a crocodile hide's price is set by how it's preserved and prepped before any advanced tanning begins. What does that look like inside a modern tannery? Fresh hides get a cold, high-pressure rinse, then careful fleshing to remove fat and connective tissue. If the tannery isn't nearby, skins are dry salted or deep frozen at -18 to -25 degrees Celsius. This halts bacteria, protects the natural grain, and keeps the structure intact. Hides are hand-sorted for size, thickness, belly scale evenness, and defects. Premium skins enter a controlled 5 to 21-day tanning cycle. A soak and enzyme bait relax the collagen fibers. Then comes the tan itself. Chromium-3 or natural tannins penetrate the hide to stop decay, add strength, and improve water resistance. Precision shavers bring thickness to a uniform 0.8 to 1.2 millimeters. Veteran finishers regrade by eye and hand. Only top panels, with clean bellies and a soft hand, move to dye and finish. Depending on a brand's brief, color can be solid or special, ombre, metallic, stone tone, or a vintage patina. Work stays hand-led or semi-automatic to keep the natural pattern alive. Plates and wheels set sheen. Oils, wax, or protective coats are applied. Some shops still hand oil or stone glaze for a soft, subtle shine. Final quality checks, careful packing, and hides shipped to houses like Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, or Prada. Crocodile leather is among the rarest luxury leathers, valued for durability, softness, and its distinctive belly pattern. Commercial use is broad, with annual trade often estimated around $7 billion. Many buyers see a crocodile piece as a quiet signal of status and of craft. After skinning, the carcass rolls to the butchery bay. Cutters map the big muscle groups, tail, back straps, legs, ribs, and work the seams clean. Tail fillet is the prize, nearly 50% of saleable meat. White, lean, mild, high protein, low fat, with omega-3s, zinc, iron. From street favorites to fine dining, this is the cut chefs ask for first. Trimming and rinsing bring each piece to spec for domestic and export rules. Portions are weighed, coated, and chilled. Then vacuum sealed or IQF, individually, quick frozen. Each pack carries a traceability code back to farm and lot. Advanced films stretch shelf life while holding texture and flavor, good for local markets and for freight. Demand is steady in China, Thailand, Japan, and parts of Europe. In 2022, Australia exported 40+ tons of crocodile meat, much of it to premium hospitality and health-minded buyers looking for a lean, novel protein. In the kitchen, moisture is the watchword, hot and quick or low and gentle, so the flesh stays tender, not dry. Processors waste little. They spin off crocodile sausage, bacon, and jerky to reach new audiences and curb trim loss. The mild flavor takes on spice and smoke, sliding into curries, fusion BBQs, and even upscale pizzas. And in the US, crocodile plates are regional icons, especially in Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. Leather gets the headlines, but modern crocodile farming follows a whole animal model. So, what happens to everything besides the hide? Bones, claws, and teeth are cleaned, polished, and set into jewelry and souvenirs. Teeth in resin or silver settings, claws tumbled smooth. Trim fat goes to rendering kettles. The filtered oil becomes balms and moisturizers for cosmetics. In some regions, small submandibular scent, musk, glands under the jaw, are carefully extracted. The oil is used by niche perfumers as a fixative, helping scents last longer. Offcuts move to value-added lines, stock, pet treats, or bait, so less ends up as waste. Some farms pair production with ecotourism, guided tours, hatchling exhibits, and on-site gift shops. It connects visitors to the process and turns byproducts into stories people can take home. The truth is, this industry isn't simple. It rides on taste and timing, fashion cycles, trade rules, even competition from places like Thailand. And the ethics are real. We're talking about sentient animals, for belts, for bags. So we ask the hard questions. Can fashion ever justify a life? Can profit live with transparency and real welfare standards? How do we weigh local jobs and export dollars against the way these reptiles are raised and harvested? There isn't an easy answer, but the questions matter because our choices ripple. They touch wetlands and hatcheries. They shape rural towns and global values. Whether you buy crocodile, avoid it, or just want to understand the process, you're part of this story now. What's your take? Could industries like this fit a sustainable future? Or is it time to rethink how we treat wild species? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them. And if this episode made you pause, hit like, subscribe, and Tap the bell for more true stories from farming and manufacturing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.